All right, lean in for a second. Because this isn't about studying harder, it's about escaping the slow way you were taught to learn. Have you ever spent weeks learning something, only to realize you can barely explain it to someone else? You watched the videos, you read the notes, you highlighted everything, and yet when it mattered, your mind went blank. What if I told you you don't need more time? You need a different approach. Today, I'm going to show you how to learn anything in half the time without burning out, without feeling stupid, and without pretending to be motivated every day. Let me tell you a short story. Imagine two people learning the same skill. The first person sits quietly, absorbing information, watching, reading, nodding along. The second person looks confused at first. They struggle, they pause, they try to explain the idea out loud, even when they're wrong. A month later, guess who actually knows the skill? Not the one who consumed more information, the one who engaged with it. Here's the secret most schools never teach you. Learning doesn't happen when you take in information. It happens when you struggle with it. The brain doesn't grow during comfort, it grows during friction. Think of your brain like a muscle. If you lift the same light weight over and over, nothing changes. But add resistance and suddenly growth happens. So how do you add resistance to learning? First, learn with a clear mission. Don't say, I'm learning programming. Say, I want to build a simple app by Friday. A clear outcome turns learning into a hunt, not a lecture. Second, teach it immediately. Explain what you just learned to an imaginary person or a wall or your camera. When you try to teach, your brain exposes the gaps. Those gaps, that's where learning speeds up. Third, fail faster than you're comfortable with. Most people avoid mistakes. Fast learners chase them. Mistakes are feedback. Feedback is fuel. If you're not failing, you're not learning. You're just consuming. Fourth, cut the noise. You don't need 10 resources. You need one good source and deep focus. Depth beats variety, every time. Here's the hard truth no one says out loud. You're not slow. You're not bad at learning. You were just trained to be passive, and passive learning is painfully slow. But the moment you switch from watching to doing, from absorbing to engaging, something changes. You feel sharper, more confident, more alive, because learning stops being a chore and starts becoming power. Imagine this version of you 1 year from now. You pick up skills faster. You don't panic when something feels hard. You trust yourself to figure things out, not because you're smarter, but because you learned how to learn. That's a skill no one can take from you, and once you master it, everything else becomes easier. If this video helped you see learning differently, hit like so it reaches someone who's struggling right now. Subscribe for more mindset and self-mastery videos like this. And in the comments, tell me what's the next skill you want to learn faster. Your future self is already waiting.